All right. Very good evening to everybody. Thanks for coming on time. Hope you all had your dinner. All right, just getting into a little bit of the Chinese New Year mood, right? The festive mood. This is my daughter's favorite song, so I thought I'll just share with you all. Yeah, she's been singing quite a bit of it in school, so yeah, she's quite excited just hearing it. So I'll just share it, everyone. All right, how's your preparation for Chinese New Year? Have you all gone to change your notes? Gone to the ATM? Queue up at the ATM for the new notes? All right, those fit to use notes also can, so no need to queue so long. All right, all gotten your goodies, your bakwa. This year the bakwa are quite expensive also. All right, so hopefully everybody's have had your dinner. All right, all ready to listen in. We got over 100 slides. Okay, and we can't wait for everyone. We got over 140 sign up. So whoever's late, if you missed out, then I'm sorry about that. All right. So once again, thank you everyone for coming on time. All right, I'm gonna hand the time over to Roy shortly. All right, he's gonna just give us an update of what we've been doing. All right, what we've been prepping for the months before. All right, so he's gonna give you an update of what we now can probably do for you all. All right, it's going to be probably life changing also. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna hand the time over to Roy. All right, Roy, over to you.
Hey, hello everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear? So far okay? If okay, can just
Yep,
give me a
can.
thumbs up. Okay, can. All right, everyone. I'm Roy here. Some of y'all might be new because we have some who are public and some of y'all who are seeing us for the first time. Okay, let me share my screen first. Pardon me. Okay, all right. So I'm going to share like who we are. All right. For me, most of y'all will know who we are, basically, but there are some people who are new. Okay. So I hope you all are here for the right event. Today we are on the market update 2024. But before that, I'm going to share something quick also. It'll take up 30 minutes of our time. All right. So who are we? Basically, we are a team of top tier remisers, and also we are actually evolving this year after actually last year starting. I've also changed my title to become a wealth manager besides being remiser also. And Kelvin also is after the paper is done, he's also going to evolve to become the wealth manager as well. So we are actually we joined Philip in 2011, and Kelvin was from the banking industry, whereas I was from the aviation industry, and we are also a regular guest speaker for 938 Live, 958 and 963. Like just earlier last month, I spoke on the 958 also. I think some of y'all have heard it. Okay, and we contribute regularly to the 联合早报. All right. Okay, and then who are we? The awards that we won, these are the awards. Then last year we won the Flying Star Award also for the Security Advisory Service. Okay. Okay, for those of you who are new, right? This is our first time you might be seeing us. You can actually take us our contact, and then this is our Facebook. For those of you who are not on our Facebook page, please just scan this barcode and then follow us so as to get the updates. We do share there also, okay, on market news or our views on the market. Okay, and what are we actually, Philip Securities, right? Basically, I think most of y'all would know, but just to share also, but some things we notice a lot of you do not know. Like for example, stock trading, ETF, all this we all know, right? But we also do risk protection. That means like insurance, things like that. All right. A lot of people always think Philip as just an investment firm. However, Phillips is also a wealth advisory firm as well, doing insurance. Okay, and for those of y'all who are actually entrepreneurs or you do your own company, if you need services like, for example, your employee benefit services, okay, do let us know. We can also help you out on this. And also for high net worth, those of you who are high net worth out there, right? If you want to get into private equity, for example, SpaceX, like a lot of people do not know that you can actually invest in SpaceX, but you need to have certain amount to, the minimum. So if you're interested in that, or if you're interested in things like Reddit, like the social platform Reddit, things like that, you can actually let Kelvin or myself know. we can link you up to the right department in Philip to get you guys onto investment like that. This is under the private equity arm of Philip Securities. Okay, just to share this with you guys, because you all do not know, right? Then stocks, ETF, all this, we all been having it like a security advisory service as well. Okay. And on the wealth advisory side, we some of you all actually have joined our wealth advisory event also under the HWP, Holistic Wealth Planner. Okay. I think we have actually held it for a few times already, and many of you all actually have joined. For most of you all who have not heard of it or do not know what we're talking about, we just share right here because it's the start of 2024. And in Philip Securities, we actually can do almost all the companies in Singapore. And these are actually the protection tools that, the companies that provide the risk protection tools in terms of insurance, right? These are the companies and also the investment on top here. Okay. Yeah. So one thing good about us is we are like a financial supermarket. So we can help you guys to get the best plan for the protection you all need. Okay. Which we are helping for quite a number of you all right now already after our sharing in November. Okay. And the key topics today I would like to go through is to spend 30 minutes. Next 30 minutes is on what we call the health checkup for 2024. Now, the reason why we are doing this is because as we help many of you guys who approach us on your risk protection needs, right? We realize that we are very surprised in the sense that many of you are not adequately protected in terms of your earning power or your assets, or maybe you're in your 40s or 50s and you don't have any insurance at all, and you all came to us to help you guys on it, right? So we would want to share this with all of you, just a quick on what this wealth checkup is about, to share the awareness, because we are very concerned about you guys being the start of 2024. We want to start it right. Okay, and every time we'll be talking about investment, right? So don't forget about your risk management part also on yourself and for your family. Okay, so three things I'm going to talk about mainly is risk management needs, and introduction of risk management tools to protect your earning power and assets, and also generate multiple stream of passive income for financial freedom. Okay, so okay, on this pyramid, right? Okay, as you all know, most of us know us as investment specialists, right? So also for many of you all, what we notice is you all have been building the top two layer. Okay, the top two layer. And the bottom layer, which is an important part of protection, actually quite a number of you kind of neglect it. We have few cases whereby, for example, client has been focused on wealth accumulation, buying funds, all this from other places. But in terms of the protection, right, when we ask, what if something happens to you? Do you think you're adequately protected? Some of y'all actually went silent, right? Because I think we kind of asked a question which is you all have not considered before. Okay, so today, right, the next 20 minutes I'm going to share is on insurance protection needs, as well as endowment, which is form of savings for as part of your financial freedom goal. Okay, endowment will not get you like so-called rich lah, so as to speak. But just imagine 2021, for example, you have things like Amazon dropping almost 60%, 50%, 60%. If that is where your retirement was, right, and your assets suddenly like, the US market like that have the big crash, then everything is all in stocks, all in equities. Then you when you want to withdraw, right, it is like you don't have a choice. You need to withdraw even though market cui lah, right? So at least you should have endowment as part of your overall plan, right? You can talk to us, we can plan with you together, so that if when you want to withdraw, if the market is no good, you at least got the stability part of the portfolio to help you, maybe the 20% or 25 or 30%, and you can wait for your riskier assets part to pick up. Okay, just like from 2021 until now, you see the US market make a new high already, right? If you get what I mean, Okay. So what about risk management strategy? Basically, for example, is like if you are sick, right? If you are not well, okay, you do not want to touch onto your savings, right? And then in turn, if you do not have any risk management strategy, your saving will need to go to taking care of your elderly at home, your children, and then your spouse, and also, you know, paying for your mortgages, whether it's your condo, your landed, or your HDB. Okay, maybe HDB has protection, but we're talking about properties, for example. Okay, then first thing first, we should talk about a different type of risk management tool. Number one, a lot of your should have, okay, but we see some of your depending on company insurance. That's not a bad thing, but one thing to remember is you may not be in a company forever. So take note of that, okay? We have some of y'all come to us, and we recently have a case from our wealth management team where they share. This particular gentleman being employed with the company for about 20 years, suddenly was retrenched, okay? And he has got medical condition. So sadly, he can't buy hospital plan anymore. So we want to share this to you so that you, all these are real life examples, so you do know the importance of also getting it one for yourself and not just depending on the company. Okay, so to get it, simply said, this triangle, if you get all these four portion right, okay, and get it adequately, you only need to pay 5% of your hospital bill. Okay, that's it. That's all about it. Okay, yeah, so this is what we want to cover. Okay, and then for hospitalization insurance, take note, is used to be everything the insurance pay, but because everybody, I think, not say everybody lah, but it become more and more expensive, and some of them abuse it. So now they become like there's a mandatory co-payment of 5%, and you have a panel versus non-panel Dr. Lee, so that if you visit the panel one, you will actually get more benefit, and you don't pay as much as compared to if you visit non-panel. Okay, and premium revision is always higher and higher because more and more people are claiming it. All right, then cancer treatment is not as charged anymore since last year, April. Hospitalization insurance is, as you go to different age band, you become more and more expensive. Okay, this is something to take note. Right, some of you may not know. I'm surprised. Kelvin is surprised also. So we want to share this with you who might be hearing it here and there, but you know, today we just take the opportunity to share with you all this. Okay. And then also share some examples, real life one. This is a case from our one of the client from our management team in 2022, right? This particular client actually stay in the public hospital. It's public hospital, not private. And the hospital bill was actually 102,000. Now imagine if you don't buy, if you think you want to save a bit of money, but you know, you save a bit of money, then eventually if the hospital bill come out 102,000, 6-digit, right? You have to fork this out amount yourself, all right? So make sure you have it adequately covered. If you're not so sure, can come and approach Kelvin or myself. Okay, this second one is something is very close to me. Who is this person? Is my dad. Now, some of y'all who are very close with me know that actually my dad actually stayed in hospital last year due to unknown explained weight losses. Long story short, I just want to share is in the end, our doctor referred him to a private hospital because luckily me as his son, I do my part. I actually pay for him a hospital plan. It's not cheap because he's already 73, but I save, I budget myself wherever I can, and I still pay for him because it's not cheap, right? However, I'm glad I did because the fact that you can see this 1 day surgery, just a day surgery, okay, it costs 6,001. Meaning if we don't have the hospital to cover it, right, he will have to pay this full sum, right? It's a private hospital, and you don't need to actually you know, wait at a public hospital, okay? Like my mom recently was hospitalized also, some of you all may know. It took her 15 hours just to get a bed. All right. So it depends on what you guys want, what is your budget. Okay. So but the key thing is please have a hospitalization insurance at the minimum. Right. Okay, then the MAS financial planning guidelines. Set aside, this is just a general rule to share with you all. All right. Set aside 3 to 6 months worth of expense for emergency fund. Then the disability income is about 9 times, critical illness 4 times. Now, this is being very prudent in our opinion. We have our team actually, we come up with our own formula based on our own experience also. All right, because 4 years, for example, in our opinion, is actually not adequate. All right, I've known of people myself who have critical illness for 10 years before the person passed on. All right. Then okay, then familiarize with national scheme like CareShield Life, MediShield Life, things like that. Then the recommended is spend at most 15% of our income. Now for us, we try to even help our clients to keep it within 10% to protect 100% of their income, using 10% of their gross income to protect 100% of the whole income. Okay. Then investment, then at least invest 10% of it and start retirement planning now, even though if you think you're only in your 30s, but please start young because you have a longer runway means better accumulation you can have. Okay, and make your will also, all right? Because somebody that you yourself, you never know what will happen tomorrow. Just like myself, one family member of mine, my very close uncle passed away 2 years back at the age of 67, right? Suddenly just gone like that, went to hospital, within 3 days, gone. Okay. And number 2 is a life term and hybrid term life insurance. What is it about? You all may have heard of it, but some of you might be new. Okay, so basically death coverage is depending whether you have dependent or no dependent. Coverage is, there's actually a formula for it. We are not going to go through it now, but for TBD, in short, it's about 10 years of expenses or your income. If you want to be more prudent, you can put as income rather than expenses. Like myself, I usually use income as a more prudent way of calculation. Critical illness, there's actually 3 ways. One is the late stage CI, they call early stage, and then you have even a multi-pay CI. Later I'll go through a little bit more on that. Basically, the coverage is for at least 5 to 10 years of expenses, or to in a more prudent way, income. All right. Okay, so basically, whole life plan, you cover whole life as it's explained. There's cash value in it. Term plan is temporary in the sense you can cover until you're age 65, 70, 75, 80, or even now up to 99, okay, depending on your preference. Hybrid term, very popular now. Basically, most of our plans are under hybrid life term, which is basically, they call it a life insurance coverage with enhanced coverage until certain age, and it has a cash value as well. So we're using this chart to show what is life insurance, basically the normal one, traditional ones. Nowadays is limited term, but we have actually helping some of you right now where your plan pay all the way until you pass on, okay, or you wanted to stop paying eventually, maybe 80, 85 or something like that. Now there are actually plans out there where you can limit the payment to about maybe 10 years or 15 years or 25 years, up to you. Okay, yeah, so especially those who are in your 40s or 50s, maybe you have the more older kind of plan where you pay for life. Okay, you may want to find us for restructuring. We have been helping a number of you doing that at the moment. Okay, I think some of y'all may not know about this or may know. You can actually find us. We can actually help you on that. Okay, then insurance basically is you pay until where you are financially most, like what we call, before you retire, or your dependents need you. You should actually have a term insurance to protect you in a more abundant manner, in a sense, like 1 million coverage, for example, or 800,000 coverage, for example, right? Because should you something happen to you, or maybe pass on or something like that, at least your family member, your loved ones can get the coverage to replace your lost income, right? Especially though you have kids. Okay, like myself, Kelvin, we also have such plan. Hybrid term plan, all right. Basically most of the life plan right now is like that, whereby for example 300,000 until age of 70 or 75 or even 86, depending, right? Then after that, after the booster age is over, you will drop back to the base amount, which is like 50,000, 100,000, 150 or 200, depending on your preference. Okay, so critical illness statistics, right? What is the most common claim? CI, 67% is from cancer, 9% is from heart attack, 7% is from stroke. All right. Even though these are the 3 main illness, but you would not want to be in a situation where your maybe like kidney disease, for example, is not here. And if the person were to got it, right, if he can't claim from here, you'll be very sad, right? Yeah. So make sure you get plans which is more comprehensive. And 1 in every 4 to 5 people will diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. This is based on stats. It's not a BS, not any anyhow trumpet one, okay? So basically higher claim CI in the age group, my age group, right, 41 to 50, okay, because I just crossed 41 last year. All right. Then top 3 cancers, colorectal, lung, prostate. Woman is breast, colorectal, lung. And this is sourced from Manulife, Singlife, and MOH. All right. So just to share with you guys a little bit, I'm not going to go through everything, but basically when we say severe stage critical illness, these are the 36 or 37 lists out there for some of you who might see for the first time. And there's also something which some of you may be something new. Is there something called early stage? Critical illness and things like that? Yes, there are. Now, this is just some example. There's a very comprehensive list, but we are not be going through them. I'm just showing you the example, right? Especially those of you guys who are buying, who got your protection plans, right? In the past, maybe 20 years ago or this, early CI, you may not have them, all right? Because early CI, early critical stage, is only more popular in the past 10 to 15 years. Okay, so if you'd like to get such coverage, let us know also. All right. If you think it's not enough, also let us. We can do a review with you. All right. If you think it's not necessary to actually add on, we will tell you it's not necessary. But we can do a review first. Okay. One, which is the multi-pay CI. Some of y'all also very surprised that there's such thing in the market, but this has been a market for like about 10 to 11 years because I was one of the first. I mean, there's actually now a few generations of such plan already. I got this plan when it was the second generation, so-called this plan. Okay, when my boy was born a few years back. Okay, so basically what happened is, like, example, if the person were to get maybe say, okay, lung cancer, for example, and he claims all his insurance already, okay, and then he may maybe get a heart attack after that, after maybe the waiting period is over, right? Then the person will not have any plan left, right? But this one allows you to claim multiple times of the different illnesses. For example, my my own family member, my father-in-law is one example. He's what we call a miracle, as they say, because he got 2 strokes and 1 heart attack before, and they are all severe kind of situation one, right? But he's still able to walk. But the thing is, his speech is a bit slur lah. But the thing is, if he were to have such plan, or rather in those days where, if there such plan exists, if he were to get it, he would be able to get compensated, and it would have helped in the family finances instead of straining them, because he spent quite a lot of money treating the illnesses. Okay, right? And there's even recurring benefit, okay, for this up to 300%, right? So it's a very popular plan. I also got this plan myself a few years back, right? I think Kelvin also got this plan also. Okay. So basically, if you want to put it in critical illness coverage, right, in the ice cream manner, so as to speak, the foundation is what we call the severe critical illness, and then the cream is the early critical illness stage, and then the topping would be the multi-pay critical illness part of it. So for basic, that means the severe stage CI, we would recommend about 10 years of covering at least 10 years of expenses, annual expenses, or income, if you want to be more prudent. Okay, then plus alternative treatment costs, because as we mentioned just now cancer is not all cancer treatment is able to cover under the hospital plan already. Okay, then for early CI coverage, you would want to have at least cover 5 years of your expenses minimally, or your income preferably, right? Plus alternative treatment costs. And early CI coverage, of course, is the booster, where it allows you to claim for more than 1 critical illness. Okay. So another supplementary insurance for working adult, right? Basically, you have above 40 years old, elder shield enhancement. Above 30 years old, we have the CareShield Life, right? Then for those of you who are working in special industry like doctors, we have clients who are doctors here. You may need this, what we call the disability income insurance, right? And some of you are pianists or things like that. Okay. And personal accident plan is normally the most affordable plan, but do not mistaken this as a life insurance. Okay, it's 2 different things. So it is actually more affordable and it covers outpatient accident medical expenses. And then the third one, we have the savings and endowment plan. Okay, it's low risk, capital guaranteed investment. We'll go through a little bit more in a short while. All right. So how insurance help in your journey to financial freedom? Now, let me be very frank. All right. You can never be rich buying insurance. Okay, that's a fact. Right. Normally, you want to get wealthy, you want to grow your wealth is through investments, right? However, okay, insurance can help you from being poor, all right, from being poor if something bad happens to you, or if you were to pass on, okay? Because if you have, let's say, example, 2 million worth of assets, for example, the last thing you want is, something strikes you badly, you need to spend a 6-figure on the treatment or even more, and then you need to dig into your savings, right? Let's say that 2 million, how long can it last you, right? So it's important that you need to have adequate protection tools for your risk management. Okay, right. So for example, term life and disability income, right? All this you can especially meant for income replacement for premature death or disability or critical illness costs, right? And then and also used to protect your assets, right? Some of y'all when we were talking to you guys, you all are not aware that, like let's say you are paying for a condo, you know that actually I can use insurance plan to protect yourself in a sense that if something happens to you, at least you can have a payout that you can use it to pay for the mortgages and things like that. Okay, so this is one example of what we mean by protect your liability assets. Okay, and then if let's say hospital expenses, you need to ensure you have integrated shield plan. All right, or if you're good to have, you can have accident plan as well. Okay, then long-term care, let's say due to disability and things like that, you get a payout every month so that your family can get a helper or even get you to a good home to take care of you. Then the last part, of course, investment savings, right? That is actually to help us to get into financial freedom, right? Is then we talk about you generating assets. These are the assets that we talk about, that if you want to get something with like a dividend kind, right? Like low risk, these are the instruments you can look at, the funds, right? Yeah, you can just look through quickly, right? And multiple stream of passive income for retirement. So what does it entail? The retirement expense, you have two portions: essentials must expenses, like as we grow old, maybe we need money for medicine, right? Then also discretionary expenses, like if you want to travel, if you are still healthy, we hope we are still healthy, then we can travel, right? Things like that. Then you have your retirement income. How can that helps in terms of your expenses? Now you basically have 4 levels, right? Layer 1, CPF Life. I think most of you all know what is that. Number 2 is endowment annuity. Okay, this will cover your essential expenses. Then your bonds and your dividend stocks, or you may have some dividend stocks and then some growth stocks also. All this will help in terms of growing your wealth to have the discretionary expenses part. Okay, for endowment annuity, what is the key benefit of it? Right, capital guaranteed and cap guaranteed payout. Because if you were to, okay, the main thing is some of y'all ask me, I but need to hold very long. The main thing about endowment is it's never meant to be short. Okay, it's meant to be a long-term commitment that you form as part of your overall portfolio, guys. Okay, there's something I like to educate all of y'all, that you must know is part of overall portfolio, not the only one, but part of it. Okay, so if you hold long enough, right, the fund will grow in such a way that you will actually cover the capital that you put inside. Okay, and then after that, the payout to you, all right, that is projected there will be given out to you, and never lose your capital because you hold long enough. The key is you need to hold long enough, and it's meant to be a long-term holding, right? And tailor-made for you, flexible in adjusting your payout age and payout period. We can some of y'all who doing with us already, you know what I mean. A higher return than savings and lower risk than bond and stocks. Okay, so it's suitable for retirement planning and long-term savings. Okay, I have one example that we say early retirement payout. Let's say the person is 40, he want to start getting payout from 55 to 64. $1,000 a month for 5 years, there will be a 60,000 throughout the whole period, right? Then the projected payout, right, will be about 923, of which 560 is guaranteed. The other balance is actually the projection. The total projected payout will be 110. Okay, so this is one part of a portfolio where, in terms of, let's say, the market suddenly cui due to financial crisis like 08, 09, for example, or like don't say COVID, maybe 2021, right? Then at least you know that this endowment annuity thing is something stable. I can actually get it, right? Then I wait for my investment to come back. Then layer 3 and 4, advisory account model portfolio, global investment portfolio for growth, target 8% yearly return over the long term, okay? 30% equity and 70% equity, 30% bond. Global dividend portfolio for passive incomes, target is 6% annualized return payout on monthly basis over the long term, and 70% bond, 30% equity. And we do ongoing monitoring and market updates. And this model portfolio we actually is discussed among our wealth management team investment committee, where we all sit in together and discuss about it, right? Okay, then also want to share with you all some promotion that's going on, like this 6% guaranteed return for 3 months cash on your cash, 3 months on your cash. So how it works is basically this HWP is our advisory team where we are actually a part of. Okay, then where you bundle up suitable life insurance, then after that you can enjoy guaranteed 6% on your cash for 3 months. Okay, annualized return. Okay. So I want to share with you this part is that holistic wealth planning basically talks about one part of it can be insurance restructuring, which we are doing for many of you already. You have actually approached us. We are helping you guys with that, right? Don't be under, okay? Don't be overinsured, right? This is where we help you, right? And don't be underinsured, because maybe over the last 5 or 10 years, your income has increased multi-fold already. So you are underinsured without you realizing it also. And you also have dependents also, right? As we go through life stages, our needs will change also, right? Maximize your coverage, minimize your premium. Later, I will let you know. I will just share an example of what I mean. Right? Invest and grow your wealth, right? For 2024, start it right. Set up. You can, set up like a regular investment in the global market, follow model portfolio, for example, and generate high potential return at saving rate over the long term. And create multiple passive income for retirement. Not just people who are nearing retirement. In fact, it should be people who are young. You should start as part of your overall portfolio also. Then determine your retirement goals. You can talk to us about it. Tailor-made passive income for retirement and bring home your portfolio review report after that. For this one is we will go through with you. We'll arrange a 30-minute session with you to go through with it. We won't be sending you and then let you fill up yourself, because this is proprietary. And we will go through with you the info that we need. We punch in the figure and then we'll discuss with you, and you can take the report after that with you after the session. Okay. This is our contact, right? You can take a picture if you want. All right, so benefit of comparison above across provider. What I mean, right, just now, what is the value that we add to you guys, right? Because we can do almost all the plans in Singapore. I'm going to show one example, a quick one. Basically, recently a client of ours approached us, want to get 2 whole life plans, which is the hybrid term life plan, right? For 2 of his children, 19-year-old and 15 years old. So if you look at this, a very quick one, 300,000, right? We actually compare more companies, but just shrink it down to 2 companies, okay, for easier comparison. You can see the annual premium. One is 4,007, one is 6,000. All right. Then for the 15-year-old kid, it's 4,001 versus 5,004. Right. The saving over the 10 years period, right? For the first kid is almost 13,000. For the second kid is 11,600. So for the 10 years for these 2 kids, right, the client actually saved almost 25,000. Now this extra 25,000, what can they do? Right? They can actually use it for their investment, for example. You'll get what I'm trying to say? So it's important, and there's a value add for us to come in to help you guys to compare across providers. Okay? Yeah, and I think a lot of y'all we've asked for like already. We've been in Philips since 2011. Okay, so it's our 13th year here, 14th year here already. Many of y'all has been with us since the beginning. So we've been with y'all here, and we will still be here. We won't be like your RMs who every 6 months change, or your agent maybe 1-2 years change already, you know, that kind of thing. We are here for the long term, the long run, right? Then get your holistic wealth report, all right, 30 minutes professional advisory meeting, the retirement calculator and wealth report for you. We will go through this with you together, yeah? We won't be sending you the Excel because you might not know how to fill and all those. So it's for us to actually go through with you, right? To do a tailor-made retirement plan for you as well, okay? So talk to us again. This is our Facebook. You can actually scan to like us and follow us also. Right. So thank you very much. This is all I have. Sorry, I keep 36 minutes. I hope I'm keeping within the time frame. Yeah.